Really nice, but yeah, lovely job. Just have a good week, everyone, and thanks for watching again.
Cracking. All right, Ian, over to you.
Yeah, I'd just say massive thanks to everyone who's joined in the chat tonight, expressing their opinions and things like that. Always good to see what other people have to say about what we're talking about. It's fantastic. Big up to you, Tom, Steve.
And now, it's that time of the week once again. Welcome to the Departure Lounge podcast with your hosts, Tom Whittle and Steve Wooldridge. Your ticket to the home of aviation podcasts. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight.
Good evening, boys and girls, and welcome to episode number 66 of the Departure Lounge podcast here on the Departure Lounge YouTube channel. Hope you are all doing well this evening. My name is Tom Whittle. We're going to go straight into tonight's show. And joining me this evening, as always, is the wonderful co-host. Got to find him. There he is, Steve Wooldridge. Steve, very good evening to you. How are you this evening?
Yeah, evening everyone at home, evening Tom. Yeah, doing really well, mate. It's been a decent weekend. What about yourself?
Not too bad. I've been working on that little bit at the beginning.
Very nice, yeah.
Play at the end, just in case anyone missed it. I thought we'll just chuck that one in there for anybody that missed that, because that idea came to my head as I was like just sitting there, and I was like, why don't I just put some stuff on there? So yes, I did that instead. So hopefully everyone enjoyed that. So yeah, not a bad weekend at all. I'll tell you what, we'll keep you here instead rather than get rid of you. We'll keep you here. If I go to here, right. Also, joining us this evening is Ian Hartley, whose TV is on in the background.
Yep. Sorry, I'm trying to multitask here. I've got
you're all good.
I've got the Facebook page up as well in front of me, and I'm trying to.
You're all good
on the Facebook page.
Yeah, that's all right. You're all good. Yeah, so we are live on our Facebook page as well for anybody that might be interested in watching on there. But Ian, good evening to you. How are you?
I'm very well, thanks, Tom. How are you?
Yeah, very well myself. Thank you very much. How's your weekend been?
Barbecue yesterday, 15 degrees and cloud, so that went down well. That's it, really. Bit of shopping, bit of this, bit of that. Chilling out today, reading me my new pike fishing book I got for Father's Day off T, and so happy days for that.
Wonderful.
Signed by the one and only Mick Brown.
Wonderful. Very nice. Right.
Isn't he...
No, he's not, Steve.
You knew exactly what he was about to... Fantastic. All right, let's get the reason we're here this evening into the show. He is one of the show's... We had him as an interim moderator. We're making him a permanent one now. All-round good guy. But hide your APUs because Jack Rolls is here.
Good evening all. How are you guys?
Very well, Jack. Very well, Jack. Apparently you've only come as a floating head, have you?
Really?
There we go.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah, there we go. All good. How are you?
Yeah, fine. How are you guys?
Yeah, not
I'm
too
good,
bad.
thanks. I'm
Yeah,
good,
all right,
thanks,
mate. Yeah, good.
Not too bad. Have you had a good weekend so far, Jack?
Yeah, very well, thank you.
Good stuff. Good stuff indeed. Right, let's go into tonight's show. Or before we do, let's go into some housekeeping rules. We are dedicating tonight's show to the fathers out there because it is, of course, here in the UK Father's Day. So a very happy Father's Day to those fathers out there. So yes, this show is for you. We are on social media, as you should know by now. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. You can find those in the description below if you wish to give us a follow or a subscription, however that works. I think it's just mainly a follow on there. We've got a shop as well. You can buy Steve's face. You can also buy our Pride merch, which is there for the rest of the month as well. Quite a few people have bought those as well. I'm very happy with them. Obviously, Ian's wearing it as well. I'm obviously the only one that's not doing that tonight. My bad. So you can buy those on the shop, which is in the description below as well. If you want to become a guest on the show, you can message us like Jack has done, and you can come on and talk about pretty much anything you like with us. For an hour and a half, we'll get you on as soon as we can. And of course, we also have a Facebook group, community group on Facebook as well, called the Departure Lounge Community Channel, where you can join many of us in sharing our photos from past and present with a wonderful bunch of people, of which those are watching tonight. So before we go into it, Ian, the normal rundown of who has said hello.
Right. You have to bear with me with this because I've split my screen.
Multitasking.
Yeah, I've split my screen in two, you see, so I've lost the comments on the
I'll tell you what,
page.
if you're multitasking, I'll give it to Steve this time.
It's right. Well, yeah, I mean, Steve can take over by all means.
I'll give it to Steve if you're multitasking. We'll give it to Steve. Steve, if you'd like to say the hellos to people.
Well, yep. Hello, everyone.
Very good. Right, let's say hello to people that are here.
We've got Michael Painter, who is in, who says, good evening, all, and happy Father's Day to all the fathers.
Good stuff. Hello to you.
Samuel Taylor Ackroyd is in. He's not been feeling very well, so get better soon, mate.
There he is.
Welsh Kev is here.
Yeah, evening to you.
My brother is here, Martin Waldridge.
There he is.
Yeah, hope you're feeling better as well, actually, after your little COVID escapade the other week. Max Jet TV Live is here.
Yep, see him.
I'm sure there's plenty more, but I haven't worked out how to scroll the bar down yet. So
there we go. I'll do the rest. We've got Jim Gemmell who's here saying evening to us. Gail Leary, of course, one of our moderators, is also in the chat as well. So if you have any questions about anything to do with us or just want to ask her anything at all, do feel free to ask. Joe is here. Evening to you. My good friend James Story is here. Favorite part of Sundays. Let's go indeed. Farang Travels, good to see you again. Evening, everybody. And yeah, like I say, there are lots of people here. Ryan Bomar, Ender Burke is here as well. So good evening to you. So indeed. Right, let's get into tonight's show. So we are talking to Jack about pretty much absolutely anything. If you want to ask Jack a question, it can range from anything to do with his favorite aircraft or just anything a little bit more, anything a little bit more technical. Do ask him and we'll try and test him out as much as we can. But Jack, last time you were on the show, we weren't doing video cam. We had you on, I think, just purely as a voice in the background. But for those that may not have seen it, just tell everybody a little bit about yourself.
Right, so I'm a Bournemouth spotter. Been doing this, well, my life. Always been aviation fanatic. But every single time I've been to the airport, especially with Steve, it's always been a great day out.
Yeah, no, that's it. It's sort of like, for people who don't know Bournemouth, they kind of assume it's just Ryanair and TUI and that. What else have you seen at Bournemouth this year, like especially early in the year?
So 747s.
Oh, yeah, amazing.
727, which was this week. Obviously the Red Arrows. Albstar.
Oh yeah.
So we've got your photos, so we'll go through those in a little bit. There's one thing I did actually forget to mention is that the option to leave us a super chat is back for this week as well. It wasn't here last week, but if you want to drop us a super chat and help the channel out, that would be massively appreciated. And of course, we'll read your comment out pretty much straight away. So I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll bring up a couple pictures. We'll go through them, and then we'll dive into some questions as well. But you've sent us some questions. You've sent us some pictures. We're going to go through them now, and you can tell us a little bit about what they would like to see. Because I know you sent me some, obviously, like say Albastar and the 727, which we'll get to. But let's go for. If I just remove some of these graphics here. There we go. So first one up for you, Jack, that you sent me. Of course, the TUI 787-9, which I believe is quite. I mean, Steve will probably vouch for this as well. Quite a rare visitor to the light.
Yes, yeah. I mean, this one came in February time during the half term, and I tell you one thing: for the first time seeing it, I could not take my eyes off that aircraft whatsoever. Just because she is such a gorgeous aircraft, so quiet as well.
Yeah, would I be right in thinking, Jack, that the 78 only shows up for the cruise liner stuff, isn't it, in Southampton?
Yes, it's taken the over 50s to a cruise.
Oh yeah. Do you think in the long term there's any danger of losing the 78 when Southampton expands their airport, or do you think we'll hang on to it?
I reckon this will stick to us because it's always been planned. Coming from Bournemouth to Bridgetown, so that's why I reckon they'll keep it.
Yeah, I certainly hope so. It's a stunning aircraft, and you obviously when you see it next to like a 7-3 or whatever, you realise just how large they are, don't you? That's for sure.
Yeah, you do.
So how often was that showing up during the winter, Jack? Do you know?
It showed up twice.
Oh yeah, so you got lucky to get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lovely picture. Obviously, with Jack and Steve, obviously being Bournemouth spotters themselves, they know roughly the locations and stuff. Just mention a little bit about this location, Jack.
So this is by the fence near the golf club. So I parked in the golf club parking spot and just crossed the road just to get to the spot, which is by the fence.
Yeah, for those who don't know Bournemouth Airport, it's sort of near where the museum is, and that if you ever down at the airport, you can park at the museum and just walk sort of across the road, and you get this sort of shot if they're on 26 ops. Is that right, Jack?
Yes.
So
yeah, excellent. Likelihood of seeing this again? Obviously, do you think you will, or do you think it was a one-off, or do you think they'll use like the smaller 787-8?
I hope they do stick with the 787-9, but if they go for the 8, then next time it's still a Dreamliner. So
another one to tick off the list, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Excellent. Wonderful. We'll go on to the next one that you've sent us. I can't remember the order in which they've they've been saved. So there we go. As you mentioned it, you were talking about Albastar. There we go. Talk to us a little bit. Steve, did you catch this one as well? If I'm correct.
Yeah, I did. Because they tended to show up on Thursdays, obviously work commitments and that. But during the Jubilee week, I actually managed to get down. I think Jack was there actually, and
yes, I was.
We got this one coming in. Yeah.
Was it there for maintenance or something?
No, it was there to do. I forgot what bloody route it was, but it was going to coming from Tenerife, I think. It was coming from,
right.
Yeah.
So it was like a charter flight, I think, wasn't it?
Yes,
From what I remember. Yeah, really good catch that.
Yeah, rare catch that, definitely, isn't it?
Yeah.
Awesome. I think they've only got something ridiculous. I think there's only like 5 aircraft in their fleet or something like that. They haven't got a lot of aircraft. So the fact we've been lucky enough to get them into Bournemouth, and it was operating on behalf of TUI, wasn't it? I believe, Jack?
Yes, it was. Yes.
So yeah, it's
Yeah.
incredible.
I know they're quite prominent with the 737-400. So I suppose catching the 800 is a little bit sort of they're obviously bringing like newer aircraft into, I say newer, but like to replace the 737-400. So this must have been quite nice to see up on flight radar, because I know we're in a group chat, and you lot as well as Isaac as well, we're all keeping each other updated with what's coming into Bournemouth and that. So this must have been quite a nice one to catch, especially if, like say, like Steve said, Bournemouth notorious for Ryanair and the odd EasyJet here and there sort of thing.
Yeah, it was. I mean, seeing this particular livery, which this year so far has been really, really good for new liveries and aircraft that you haven't seen.
Mm.
Yeah, no. For a regional airport, we have been quite lucky, haven't we, Jack? Really?
Yeah, we have.
It's we've had obviously this come in. As Jack mentioned, we've had at least 2 747s in this year. Can you remember what they were like? What their previous lives were there, Jack?
So one of them was the XKLM long reach, which was the long tail aviation, which if I remember likewise during the I first came over, it was the one that Ian got grounded.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the previous.
Less said about that, the better, I think. Yeah.
Well, no, it was safety. It was worth mentioning for those who don't know the story. If you want to relay that, Jack.
So I took so I went down to Bournemouth when the 747 was there, and Ian said to me, "Oh, do you have any engine pictures of the aircraft?" So I took some for him. And I didn't realize what he was going to do afterwards, but he then messaged me saying, "Oh, Jack, I think there's something wrong with the engines, because there's a little chip on the engine." So
yeah, it was on the inside of the cowling, just next to the fan, weren't it? There's like a little vent on each side of the engine. What I didn't know was there.
Oh, yeah, that's it. Well, it's better to be safe than sorry on these occasions. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So you say.
I contacted Longtail Aviation, and they grounded it while they did safety checks on engines on it. I think it was grounded for about 2 or 3 days afterwards.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Yeah, it was there for a while. Yeah.
But like you say, better to be safe than sorry, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Say the KLM one. I missed that personally. Did you manage to get hold of that one there, Jack?
Yes, I did. I'll actually get a photo off my thing now. I can send to Tom.
Yeah, whip it through.
Yeah, that was a quick show. Thanks, Jack.
Yeah.
Yeah. So see you next week, everybody. No, no, it's fine. Yeah, it's a nice little catch. This. I know sometimes they go into Cardiff as well. Never been. I don't think they've been into Bristol, because I've not really seen them on flight radar to go into Bristol. But definitely a nice little one to catch as well. And I had no idea they were Spanish either. So.
What's that? The Albastar?
The Albastar one, yeah.
I was just reading. They do only have 5737 next generations, don't they? And that's their entire fleet.
Statman, yeah. Jack hasn't disappeared. He's
right. There we go.
Yeah, he hasn't disappeared. He's just sending the pictures across.
Yeah, if you find yourself in Bournemouth every Thursday, they tend to appear.
All right, fair enough. You learn something new every day.
So they're still doing it now, then?
I believe so. Yeah.
Right, I thought it was just a one-off.
No, no. Is it there for the summer? I think.
Right.
I think so. Yeah. Plus, we've also got a few others coming in. Malta Air, Pegasus Airline, Freebird. I think that's it.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Nice.
Are you getting Flybe later this year, Jack?
I hope so.
Yeah. Was it Exeter or Southampton they were flying to?
Southampton in.
Is it Southampton?
Yeah, I can't see him. I can't see him not going back to Southampton, to be quite honest.
No.
Shame, really, because, like I say, if they can change their base, they can probably change the destinations and stuff. But obviously not. But we'll move one. We'll go on to one more, and then we'll go for some questions that we've got that have come in here. But as we know, when we had Rich Goodwin on the show a couple of weeks ago, it is airshow season, and of course, you guys down in Bournemouth were quite lucky to stick it to Exeter for
Yes.
the arrival and the staying of the Red Arrows.
Yep.
Yeah, fantastic, wasn't it? They arrived Thursday. Did you get down to them, Jack?
Yes,
Thursday?
I did. Yeah, because also when the Daily Echo ladies were there, she asked me if they could have a photo of me just taking these shots just for the local newspaper. So happy days.
Oh yeah, fantastic.
So you made it to the local newspaper as well?
Yep.
Good lad.
Wow. You should have asked for a bigger fee for tonight if knowing that knowledge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, for Northerners, I do it cheap.
That's how we like it.
Good lad. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. Right, wonderful. Yeah. So what was the for those obviously not quite up to speed and stuff? What was the reason that obviously they were staying at Bournemouth?
So they were there for the Isle of Wight festival. So they came down, landed here, got fueled up. Then went over to the Isles of Wight festival for a display. They came back at 6:27, and took off on the Saturday at 11.
Yeah, fantastic. Did they, when they came back in, Jack? Did they come across and put like the smoke on and do the split and that?
Yeah, the Magnum break. Yes.
Oh, amazing! How was that to witness?
That.
Oh, seeing them do that, even with 7 aircraft which they're displaying with this year, sadly, because 2 of them before they got PDA, which is Public Display Authority, sadly had to go for some reason. But
Yeah. So they just displayed with 7, but they actually came down with 8. Is that right?
yes, they did.
I think they still have to carry a spur, don't they?
Yeah, I believe there's supposed to be a 7 ship this year.
Yeah. A bit of a shame, but they still do what they do incredibly well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that's because one's having to undergo heavy maintenance or something, or it's. I think I read somewhere. I'm sure that's the reason why. Someone might correct me, but I'm certain that one's not available because of the fact that it needs maintenance. So they've decided we're just going to go down to a 7 ship display this year, which is still amazing to see. Of course, you can't discredit the Red Arrows for what they do. They're fantastic to watch, and if you haven't seen them, then you are massively missing out because it's they are incredible to watch.
I watched them do the display with 7 on the Cosford show I watched last week, and like Steve says, you can't take anything away from them. They're still, they're still absolutely fantastic at what they do. There's nobody goes anywhere near Red Arrows for me, to be quite honest.
No.
They're just fantastic, aren't they?
There are some really good
display teams.
Yeah. Vision saying 9. He thought 9 landed at Stansted yesterday. Could be 9.
Yeah.
Could be 9. But I know they are 1 down. I think.
Yeah, certainly 8 departed on Saturday.
Yeah.
So
I think with the displays, what they do when they have when they split into 2, they've got the Jippo and they've got the what's the other one called?
Enid
and Jippo, haven't they? So I think if they've got 1 or 2 planes missing from whichever side it's on, and then they're just not going to be able to do the display, are they? It's just not going to work, is it? So I think in that respect, I think they have to have a backup plan, and I think that's the reason why they're just doing a single display with 7, to be quite honest. But it's still a sight to see. It really is.
Yeah, absolutely.
The breaking news is they're potentially back next Saturday for Goodwood, so you might get to see them again next week, Jack.
There you go.
Ooh, I'll be down there taking pictures again.
He's licking his chops, though. He's loving it.
Yeah.
Ian will know what I'm on about.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Right, go to some questions in the chat. Samuel Taylor Ackroyd says, "What's the best movement you've ever seen? Not particularly at Bournemouth, but ever."
For me, I've seen. I mean, when I went to Yeovil a few years ago, I mean, seeing the French Navy, they are phenomenal. So, Super Tondard, and the Rafale, them two just together, absolutely incredible.
I want to say that was 2015.
Yeah, I think it. Yeah.
2015, because I know they were retiring the Etondard. And I was there actually, so I've got pictures myself of like the Rafales and the Super Etondard in formation in their last sort of flying display for before they were retired. So I'm certain it was 2015. But yeah, completely echo that. I thought for a minute you were going to say the Vulcan, but yeah, absolutely.
Oh, but that's still incredible.
Yeah, it's sorely missed. I think is the best.
So it's Concorde, but
really missed. But in terms of like civil, like aviation, things like that, what's sort of the best thing that you've had the privilege of witnessing?
So this year, I mean, the Boeing 737 Max 8, that is just glorious.
I mean, Did you prefer the Buzz or the Ryanair?
Ryanair.
You prefer the Ryanair one?
Yeah, but I mean, because I never saw it in that livery before this year. They always came up in Buzz livery, so see a normal Ryanair, but obviously they have a reputation which I'm not going to go into. But
well, no. Well, Ryanair don't call them Maxes, of course. They call them
Ryanair. I don't care.
The 8200, which
8200.
Essentially, it's essentially a Max anyway, but whatever. That's fine. Wonderful. Let's go on to the next one from MaxJet TV Live. He says, "Hey Jack, question mate, have you ever been to the spot where you can see the European Air Cargo A340s?"
I haven't actually been to where they live, but on the terminal you get to see them on the apron, and that's just the size of those A340s. It's just mesmerising.
Of course, I believe or something. There's supposed to be operations are supposed to be coming back, are they?
Yes, next week apparently.
Yes, and they Bournemouth. I've been keeping an eye on Bournemouth because I know some of the 340s come down to Newquay here, and I haven't seen them really on the flight radar for a while. And if they do pop up, they're normally sort of over the other side of the world. So it'd be nice to have them sort of back on UK shore.
Yeah.
Have you got any idea whereabouts they're flying to then, Jack? Is it going to be the same kind of route?
Yes. So Shenzhen.
Yeah.
Obviously, JFK. The other routes, I think, Qingdao or wherever it's called.
Yeah, Eastern China.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
And then
that'd be
try not to
good
butcher foreign names on this show, but
how many are sat there now, Jack?
So sat there at the moment, there is about 7 so far. I've seen. Yeah.
Wow. And do you think they'll all be up and running again? Or do you think you'll just be using a couple?
I think they will just be using a couple at the moment.
Yeah.
Still,
so they have actually.
Yeah. Well, I mean, why have they been sat idle for so long? I know they were very regular, weren't they? Then all of a sudden, I know like the need for PPE and things like that sort of disappeared, sort of thing at the beginning of this year. But they never went into any. They never diversified or anything. They just sat there, didn't they?
Yes, they did.
They're not making any money, are they?
No. What happened was because China and other places got COVID, they stopped operations. Just so they did keep on the JFK routes, but just going from JFK to Shenzhen from there.
Right.
I think part of the problem, Jack, was all these 340s were ex-passenger planes, and then whilst we were going through the pandemic, they were quite happy for passenger planes to be used as freighter planes. But now they've moved those goalposts, so all those aircraft sitting at Bournemouth now have to be stripped out and be converted into genuine freighters with cargo doors, and any remnants of it being a passenger plane have to go. And I think you find that's a large degree of probably why they've been sitting on there, and probably operational costs. Now you've got to avoid a big chunk of the world getting towards China. Suddenly that flight becomes very, very expensive and time consuming.
Yeah, there is that as well. I mean, I don't think Bournemouth would be able to do freight conversions either, would they? Because normally with stuff like that, they go to specialist converters, don't they?
Yeah, potentially. But I know certainly 2 or 3 of them disappeared off to Frankfurt for quite a while. Whether stuff was happening there, but it still doesn't explain why they've been grounded. Like Jack said, you'd expect 2 or 3 a day, and even with PPE calming down, they still used to disappear off to New York, and I dare say they were bringing back other stuff as well as NHS stuff on the aircraft. So it's a little bit of a mystery.
Yeah,
really. I think for you guys, especially down in Bournemouth, it'd be nice to kind of see the bigger planes back again as well.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like, I don't suppose. Did you ever get bored of seeing them, Jack?
No, never. I mean, because we've obviously just got the 737-800s, Airbus A320s. I mean, you never get bored of the bigger stuff.
No, definitely not. No, you wouldn't do, would you? Especially a 340, because they're so rare now as well, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely indeed. So in terms of let's go on to sort of like the future sort of plans and things like that to start off with. Obviously, with it being airshow season, I asked the question to you: are you going to any air shows this year?
Bournemouth, definitely. I'm gonna have to try and start getting to other air shows, but I definitely want to do Yeovil when it does eventually come back, which I hope it does. But Duxford's definitely on the cards. Ria definitely 1 year.
Yeah. What's like for people watching, Jack? What can you expect from Bournemouth Air Show? What kind of stuff is going to be there this year?
Typhoon, wing walkers. Obviously the RAF parachute display teams, Chinook, Battle of Britain Memorial flights. I'm hoping that we get a few other entries such as Swedish Air, all that type of stuff.
I think Rich Goodwin will be doing it as well, won't he? I think he'll be there, won't he, this year?
Yeah.
I always do it when you rhymed off that. Then it sounds exactly like the Blackpool Air Show and the Southport Air Show, and it seems to be with the smaller air shows. I think they're sort of a set thing, aren't they? Where you'll have your what do they call them? The parachute display team. I forgot what Black Knights or something. What they call themselves?
Red Devils.
Yeah. So you'll get the parachute, and then you'll get the Chinook, and you'll get the Typhoon, the Battle of Britain Memorial Fly Pass, and then. You get Rich Goodwin in his pits, and then I think you get a couple of other odds and ends, don't you? And wing walkers and the like. And I think it's more of it adds to the tourism, I suppose, doesn't it? But it's also nice to see as well.
Yeah,
it's fantastic.
Do you know what I'd like to see at Bournemouth Air Show? And I don't know why they haven't done it, but it'd be great if they actually put one of those 340s sort of relatively low level along the beach. That'd be an awesome sight.
Yeah.
But for some reason they've never done it.
No.
That would be
I don't know.
class.
It's a strange one, isn't it? It's a strange one. Even though you got the airport that's local as well, so they could take off from there and do like a not necessarily display, but like a couple of low passes, and then
go on with their journey or whatever.
Straight back. Maybe the schedule's busy. Maybe the schedule's too busy.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. If anyone from Bournemouth air show was listening. That's what the fans want.
Give the people what they want.
Yeah.
And if you've a bit of spare fuel, nip up Blackpool and do a quick fly past up there
Yeah.
as well. Yeah. Stick
Awesome.
an extra £5 in tank. I'm sure that'll get him here, won't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Michael Painter with a comment here saying the Reds are obviously going back from the picture of the Red Arrows. The Reds are coming down for Teignmouth Air Show. Looking forward to seeing them in a couple of weeks' time. A good scoop for a little air show. Of course,
Oh,
Teignmouth
fantastic,
Air
yeah.
Show is the one that Rich Goodwin was mentioning with us when he was here about the the campaign to get the Red Arrows there. Clearly, it worked. So nice little scoop to have indeed. Which is pretty good. Lots of people, obviously, with the talk of Bournemouth Air Show, Gail Leary saying, sounds awesome, love a good air show. I think we all do. I know we'll just quickly go around the room. I think we did this before. Ian, any air shows this year?
Just my local ones, really. We've got a 2-day air show in Southport, and we've got a 2-day air show in Blackpool. So I'll be there for them.
Awesome. Steve, I know who you are going. Where you are going, I should say. But would you like to kind of just tell the people where you're going this year for your air shows?
Yeah, certainly Bournemouth. But I think this year I'm not actually going to go and watch the displays. I think I'm going to actually just watch them land into Bournemouth rather than try and battle my way to the beach and that, because you get still fantastic views without having to deal with sweaty little drunken idiots on the beach.
If ever you needed an advert for an air show, I think that's pretty much it.
No, it's
Pretty
not
much.
true. I thoroughly recommend going. It's just a little bit of a nuisance to get into. That's the only thing. Get the bus. Park outside the town. Get the bus. That's the job.
Fairford
And
this year?
Riat as well. I'm going to this year.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm going for Departure Day, which I'm super excited about, because I keep looking at the aircraft and that, and I've just seen a tweet just now. I know it's been announced already, but I've just seen a tweet pop up now that says that the Swedish Air Force Historic Flight have confirmed that they're sending a Cessna Citation, a Saab Lansen, the Saab Draken, and the Saab Viggen for static display at Fairford this year. So,
nice.
Whilst everyone gets the idea about static displays and things like that, I'm looking at it going, I'm going to catch that on Departure Day.
Absolutely. I always think the Departure Day is the best day. Has to
for
be.
the price that it is, and for what you can see, because this year what they've done on the Fairford website is they've also put up the support aircraft for what they're going to basically to transport people over with. So off the top of my head, Canada is sending the A310 and a Hercules. So that's going to be there for support. Hungary are sending an A319. I think Finland and Spain are sending a CASA C295, I think. If you know what that is, you'll know exactly what I mean. It's like a medium-sized transporter, twin prop. Gutted about the New Zealand 757. That's not coming this year due to, I think it's like a technical issue they're having with it, so they've cancelled it completely. But yeah, so it's well worth having a look on the Air Tattoo website to keep up to date with what's actually going to be there. I know Qatar have also announced that they're sending their brand new Hawk. I think that's going to be there as well.
Happy days. I've seen them being built at Wharton.
Yeah, so they'll be at Fairford, I think, on display. Static, I believe, if I'm correct. I'm not going to go through I'm not going to bring the website up, and I'm not going to go through it, but you can have a look at that in your own time, sort of thing. But it's going to shape up to be quite an air show this year, I think, at Fairford. And like I say, Departure Day will probably be, for those that are going on the Friday and the Saturday and the Sunday, probably the Monday is going to be a really good day, I think.
Definitely.
Yeah,
I'd agree with that.
But I'll know that because I'm taking a friend of mine who's going on the Saturday, so he'll tell me all about it probably. But yes.
Do you remember seeing the Saab Draken at Bournemouth a couple of years ago?
Yes. What an aircraft that is.
Yeah, phenomenal, wasn't it? Really loud, proper loud, and it was
Yeah,
decent.
Seen the Gripen the Gripen at Yeovilton. I remember that. That's in one of my probably the very first video I uploaded on my channel was Yeovilton 2018 highlights, and in there is a Saab Gripen taking off, and the noise they produce is astonishing. But it's such a lovely looking like fighter jet. It's fantastic, really really nice. So I think if you can get to an air show this year, I think it's well worth doing, even if it's a local one. And maybe not the big players like Fairford or Cosford's just been and gone. Reading sort of mixed reviews on that one, but I know Duxford have had their summer air show this weekend, I think.
I watched the Plains TV of. It wasn't Plains TV. It was Airshow World of the Cosford Air Show, and it's not been one of the best. I'll be honest with you. The highlights of it for me had to be the French Rafale, to be quite honest, which were an absolutely fantastic display. And I'm a massive Typhoon fan, but it made the Typhoon look ordinary. It really, really did.
Oh, really?
Okay, so question to go around the room then, and it's going to be quite a controversial one, probably more controversial than Sam not liking the A340 or 757, and he'll probably laugh at that now I've said that. But what looks better, the Rafale or the Typhoon? Ian, we'll go with you, being the big Typhoon fan.
I'll still say the Typhoon looks better because the canoids at the front of the Rafale just look a bit too big and cumbersome for me, and I just don't think it looks as graceful as the Typhoon. But I think manoeuvrability and overall performance, I would say the Rafale's a better plane. To be honest, it's fantastic to watch. It really is.
All right, Jack, over to you.
For me, it's Typhoon. I mean,
okay.
You can say the Rafale's the same sort of shapes it, but I know it's also more maneuverable. But for me, the Typhoon just when you see it and the growl that it makes is just just amazing.
Yeah.
Just quickly bring up, just before we go around the rest of the room, Welsh Kev is leaving us this evening. So thank you for tuning in and
good evening, Kev.
Evening. Steve, Rafale or Typhoon?
I do like the look of the Rafale. It's a nice looking plane. I'm going to also go for the Typhoon just because I've seen it in person doing its thing. So that's why it wins for me.
Is it just me that thinks the Rafale looks a little bit better?
What I do like about the Typhoon, I've seen it many times when I've been at Warton. When it's coming in from its like sorties and what have you, it sort of comes in and starts. Have I got one handy? Yeah, I have actually. And,
here we go. Here's demonstration.
As it's coming in, it sort of tilts up and it sort of starts coming in. But if it's going to do a go around or something, it just do a low pass. But it sort of gets to this sort of positioning. I'm not sure of the speed it's going, but I wouldn't mind, landing speed, 125 knots or something like that. It's just got this really unique howly sort of whistle just before he spools his engines back up again. And it gives me, the Vulcan vibe you used to get when you used to hear the howl of the Vulcan?
Yeah.
It sort of gives me that kind of vibe, but on a different sort of, it's a Typhoon at the end of the day. It's not a Vulcan, but it's just got that howly whistle just at that particular angle at that particular time, and then it shoots off again, and it's an absolutely fantastic noise. It really, really is. It's just one of those unique noises what you hear from an individual type of aircraft. It's fantastic.
Yeah, that's it. Put Gina back nicely.
Yeah, well,
Awesome. Yeah, no, I like both. I do like the Jim Gemmell. Wow, check out the high-tech demonstration. Who needs CGI?
Telling you. Yeah.
Ian is a man of many talents.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not going to be photo shopping. Let's leave that one where it is.
Let's not do that. Ian Vincent says, loving the way you call the biggest air festival one of the small. Who said that then? Who said it was one of the smaller shows?
I think Ian suggested that these smaller air shows get the same stuff.
No, I was saying that Cosford wasn't as good as what it normally is for what I've seen before. But I certainly wouldn't call one of the biggest shows one of the smallest shows. Definitely not. Who was it who said it?
Don't know. It wasn't me that said it.
Definitely weren't me.
I think it was said in
who owned up? Someone owned up to it.
you get the
Someone will
same
tell us in the
stuff
chat.
Well,
at the.
if even Vincent heard it, I'm sure he can comment now who he heard
Yes,
say it.
yeah. I'm sure he's not just blaming you because his name's Ian as well, but we'll go for it.
You gotta have respect for the
No,
guy.
we'll go for it. It'll be fine. Let's go back to some of your pictures, Jack. Obviously, some of these are fantastic. They are quite rare catches from here on out. One of them, Steve, is not a big fan of. But we'll get to that. This rather stunning and probably one of the best 737s like liveries I think I've ever seen.
Oh, what a stunning aircraft that was to see.
Yes, this obviously came in a couple of times for you guys down in Bournemouth. Steve, did you ever catch this or no?
No, unfortunately, I missed it. It always showed up when I was at work, but thankfully, we've got an in-house photographer who went down there and sorted it out for us.
Jack can be our resident photographer, I think. But tell us about this one. Do you remember where it came from?
So this, I think it came from. Oh my God, I can't actually remember where it came from, but I think it was just doing like a training or something like that from wherever it was.
I got a feeling it came up for Barcelona, somewhere like that, Jack.
Yeah.
It looks like a private jet. Is it a private jet?
Yeah,
it's a Boeing
BBJ,
business jet or a BBJ. It's one of the nicest looking 737s.
It's an absolute stunner, isn't it?
It's
I like the Amy Winehouse flick on the windows.
Yeah.
Is that a technical term?
Yeah, an Amy Winehouse flick. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's how you get a shot on the aircraft.
You know how Ian's a massive fan of like talking about Christmas this early on. Look, Steve's your favourite film.
Yes. It's a sign I'm going to watch it tonight now.
You know what that is? That's a sign of the times. Wonderful. So so this obviously possibly one of the highlights for you this year at Bournemouth.
Yes, definitely seeing it.
Yeah. Did you ever? I mean, have you ever like Googled it and looked inside it? What it's like inside?
No, I haven't, but I can imagine that is stunning inside.
Oh, I can imagine it will be. Yeah. It seems rather excessive just for a training flight, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Let's have a look.
I know Ryanair, do they ever fly their trade? Because they have that 737-700, don't they? What they use for training. Does it ever come to Bournemouth?
Yeah, sometimes it does. I haven't managed to catch it yet, but that's one that is definitely on my list to catch.
Yeah, definitely, because that's quite a rare catch, that, isn't it?
Yes, yeah, it is.
Came last week.
Belongs
It
to
came
a company.
in last week.
I think so.
Belongs to a company called AirX Charter, who I believe at one point owned an A340.
Oh,
well, there you go.
I'm certain they did. I might be wrong, but I remember seeing it as well because they own a. Yeah, they did, and you got one in service. And apparently, they used to have A340-600s as well.
what is it? Just like a charter company, or is it like?
It's just a charter. Yeah, charter company.
Right.
They own Legacy 600s, which of course is the private version of the Embraer 135. The CRJ 200s, which is that one. They also own the Embraer Lineage 1000, which is the Embraer 190 business jet, and used to own, or still own, one A340 300.
Right.
Which I cannot click on. Yes, I can click on it. Which is 9 Hotel Bravo India Golf, which is still flying around now. Used to belong to AOM French Airlines before going to Sri Lankan, and then AirX Charter. So yes, they're quite a let's say big charter company anyway. But yeah, it's a cracking livery, really nice.
Yeah, they've certainly got a mixed fleet, haven't they?
Definitely.
Where are they based? Then in Spain. Where are they based?
Isn't 9H Malta?
9H is Malta.
Right, okay.
But sometimes they'll register planes. In fact, no, they are actually Maltese. Yeah, they're Maltese. Look at that.
No.
Yeah, no, they are Maltese indeed. Yeah, so it's a really nice plane as well. But bearing in mind the previous owner of this business jet had it white with a brown cheat line. So to go from that to this, it's you're definitely flying in style.
Absolutely, yeah. I think it's lovely. Yeah, it really is.
Vision's had an idea here then, Tom. Rate delivery from the bottom up, Jack.
Oh, very good. Yeah, we're doing this, so let's go for it.
So obviously the gold to the white in the middle, stunning. Yeah. The back of it, the tail fin, the stripes, just for me, it's a 10 out of 10 all around this aircraft.
Wonderful. Yeah, black and gold, they mix together like that and they merge. It's really nice. I'd give it a solid 9 as well, I think.
Yeah, I quite like the fact it goes from the gold into the silver into the black. I'll give it a solid 8.5.
8.5.
I'd probably give it a 10 with Jack, to be quite honest. I think it's an absolute...
Probably because it hasn't got a panda on it.
Well, exactly, which I'd give it a 10.5 at that rate. And I'd also say, Ken, if you're listening, that when you're paying for our trip to
St. Martin,
St. Martin's, isn't it? Maybe we could take that.
Yeah, we could take that.
Yeah.
Might as well go in style, eh?
Yeah.
Ian, you're the stat man. Find out how much it costs. Let's move on to the next one, which I think was one from the week just gone. I'm certain it is because I looked at the page earlier. It is indeed. Of course, no Bournemouth spotter would have been happier to catch the Boeing 727 from 2XL, which came down to be based at Bournemouth this week. Obviously, rare as anything, rare as unicorn, feces. These 727s. And of course, this one will be making an appearance at Fairford this year as well, which I'm super excited about. Because I do love a 727. I've only ever caught one, and that was from the Bahrain government. So it'd be nice to see this one before they. There's talks of retirement. I don't know when. Don't quote me on it. But yeah, there's a story behind it. 737-400 that's owned by West Atlantic was training down here in Cornwall, flying over the sea at 100 feet, I should say, doing these sort of training exercises for potentially filling in for this 727 in the future. So yeah, it's pretty much a case of get that 727 while you can. Former FedEx aircraft, one of the last 727s ever built. Jack, take it it's the first time you've seen a 727. How was it?
Oh, seeing the 727. Look, my face when I first saw this, I just couldn't believe how lovely this aircraft is.
Did you like the APU on it?
Oh yes.
Inside joke. No one will get that. Steve, obviously I saw a video that you posted on, I believe, Instagram of the takeoff. How was that?
Yeah, I was very lucky. Work had actually sent me to a place right next to the airport, and I always go on flight radar while I'm down there just to see. And then it popped up, and whilst the van has a tracker, they can't physically make me move, so I sat there and waited for it to disappear. Yeah, beautiful. I was the wrong side for the light if I'm being ultra fussy, but it was stunning. It gives me Norwegian Airway vibes.
It's lovely. It's really nice. And like I said, I've seen it go over Cornwall many times when it's going into Newquay. I've seen it so many times, but never seen it probably close up and things like that. So I'm praying that it makes departure day, because the sound of that when you're close to the runway is going to be epic, like epic. So I'm just hoping that they actually make that for departure day. Excuse me. So we will see about that. But yeah, awesome catch. Obviously, seen it on flight radar, knew it was coming in. I think Isaac gave you the heads up as well.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
about it. Probably glad he did in the end. And it was there for the week. So how many times did you end up seeing it?
So I saw it for its landing. As soon as it came into Bournemouth, which every single plane sometimes does this when it comes in, is went tech. So
Bummer.
Mr. Yeah, god darn.
God darn.
Uh, so I didn't get a departure luckily, but you know what? Getting it landing, that beats it hands down.
Awesome. Yeah, really nice. Really nice. I'm looking forward to catching this at Fairford. Vision saying, are tickets still available for departure day, Tom? I believe they are now sold out and there's a waiting list. So yeah, I think you have to go onto a waiting list to see about any tickets that come up. But I think probably well worth going onto the list just in case more tickets do become available. Because I think if they do, there won't be many. So I definitely recommend getting onto a waiting list, just so at least you can get your name there ready for potential purchasing of the tickets. But considering what's going to be there this year, I think it's going to be well worth it. Loads of C-17s, Hercules aircraft, all these fast jets, all these aircraft that are static that you wouldn't see flying on flying day, like on any other like display days, like the 727 and everything else. Like you're not going to see those departing and displaying while you're there. So that's why I think for me at least, departure day is like the best. So yeah, get yourself on a waiting list and then just see what happens. I think. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to seeing this one indeed. So great shot there, Jack. Nice work. As we go on to, as we were talking about earlier, Jack sent me this one. This is the 747 that we were talking about earlier, which was the ex-KLM aircraft. Now, I like this one in particular. If you are able to see the full livery, definitely worth Googling. But if you can see the full livery, I like the fact that they've merged the KLM livery into sort of their own by that flick that's going up towards the titles and towards the top there. I think that's a really nice touch. I do like that a lot. Obviously, ex-KLM, what... how did this make you feel, Jack? Seeing I think one of... Was it two or three you said? About 7?
Three of them.
Three.
Yeah, we had. Yeah, so seeing this particular one, ex-KLM as well, for me, this aircraft is just stunning. I mean, whenever you see a 7.4, you just think is still the queen of the skies.
Yeah,
I think if you see a 747 these days, you always think to yourself, is this the last time I'm ever going to see one? Because you just do not know when they're going to stop flying them. Because you saw the Royal Saudi one, didn't you? The ex-Iron Maiden 747.
Yes.
That came in as well, didn't it? And then very shortly after, it went for scrap, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a shame. The cargo logic 7.4s don't quite hit the same way, do they, when you see those?
No, because I think this one here, you've got like the history of it, and you know exactly where it's from, and things like that. And it's nice to see that obviously Jet 1X are saving quite a few 747s from the scrap. Obviously, they got ex-Virgin 747s as well, which I believe you guys caught as well.
Right at the start of the year, yeah.
I think that was doing Bournemouth, Dubai, I think it was, or something.
But yeah, 6 times, wasn't it, Jack? They came in.
Yeah, it was.
Was it cruise flights, or was it just a standard charter?
I think it was just cargo and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I thought so. But yeah, we do a real nice close up there. Jack, how close exactly were you to the picture? How much zoom did you use?
So the zoom that I use, I was using the 150 to 600 mil. So that was zoomed in at about 200.
Yeah, decent. It's a shame I missed that. They tend to come during the week just to annoy you, don't they?
Yeah.
It's almost like they know. That's the thing. It's almost like they know. It's like the 340s and stuff coming down to Newquay. It's always during the week. It's like, do you not know I work during the week? Should be having words with them. But yeah, that's a stunning photo. There are lots of detail. I remember the hype around it when it was there and how excited. I think Isaac possibly as well Not the one that Ian got grounded, I don't think.
No.
That's Virgin one, weren't it?
It was the Virgin one, I think,
Yeah.
that you got grounded. So, yeah, I think Jack was hoping for a miracle with this one, getting this one grounded too. But
Well, I won't doing it again.
Yeah.
once is enough.
Yeah.
Once is definitely enough. But yeah, no, really nice shot there. Just very quickly, I've just lost it. Where is it? Yeah, there is a. I don't know if you can see. There isn't. It hasn't come up on my thing here, but I'll ask it anyway. Danielle Clark is asking, "What's your favorite aircraft?"
Favorite aircraft? Ooh. For me, 747, without a shadow of a doubt.
Awesome. Yeah, really cool. Really cool. Hard to argue, I think. Except for me, it's a 757. Sorry, Sam.
Oh, the 757. That's another aircraft that I want to see.
Yeah, don't get Sam started, because the moment he starts dissing the 757, I'm done.
Oh, didn't.
Yeah.
That's why it's not a great aircraft. He was on a live yesterday, and he was talking about it, and I managed to catch it, and I was like, "What are you talking about? Like, don't you diss the 757 like that?" But yeah, so that's a nice photo there. Lastly, I know one of Steve's favourites. Jet2 Holiday 737, even rarer without the winglets. This must have been quite nice to see. I don't mind catching the 737 when it doesn't have the winglets, because you don't see it nowadays.
Yeah, because this one actually came in from but it was going from Bournemouth to Bergen, so it was doing this Norwegian trip, and me and Isaac were there at the same time to see this go off, and we was like, I'm shocked that Steve's in here to witness his favourite aircraft.
Steve's favourite, absolutely. Yeah, Steve's favourite. No, we were talking about liveries quite a while ago, and Steve did say this was his absolute favourite livery of all time.
I love it. And
I want to see a tap as well.
You don't.
Ian loves a good Air Portugal aircraft. But yeah, really nice. I think the last aircraft I saw that was a 737-800 that didn't have winglets was actually Scandinavian. So I know Jet2 have got quite a couple. They've got a couple of 737s even now, I think, that still don't have any winglets and that. So quite rare to see sort of nowadays, especially over here in the UK.
Yeah. I was going to ask you, Jack, about your passion for aviation, and has it just come along just because of aircraft, or is it something that you've always had an interest in anyway?
I've always had an interest in aviation. My granddad, he used to be a taxi driver, and he used to go around Heathrow.
Yeah.
My nan, she used to be she was a hawker hunter. She told me this a few weeks ago, but she was a hawk hunter. She works at a hunter place, so
right. So she helped build them and what have you. That's fantastic. Yeah. So, what about your passion for photography? On top of that, where does that come into it? Was that just through aviation, or is that? Yeah. So it's just something you started doing just to like get your photographs of your aircraft.
So I'm going to be getting some new equipment just to get myself a little bit better. So so I'm going to be getting a Sony FDR AX50 4K camcorder.
Told you, I'm buy my one.
Negotiate, Jack.
Pardon?
You can negotiate with Tom.
Yeah. I've got a set figure in my head, and just a spoiler, it is 4 figures. With a decimal point somewhere. No, that's fine.
£25.99.
Go on, what was that, Ian?
I said £25.99. That's 4 figures with a decimal point.
No, less than that. Daniel Clark is asking, again, question for Jack. Do you prefer military aircraft or commercial aircraft? I know you're fond of the Lancaster.
but between military and civil aviation. So the military, I have to go for the propeller aircraft, Spitfire, Lancaster, P-47 Thunderbolts, Hurricane. So civil, I'll always love the 74s, 757s, A340s. Sorry, Sam.
I feel like it's an obligation now. Like every time we mention the 757 or the A340, we have to apologise to Sam because don't like it.
Well, he should be apologising to us. I'm afraid to say, Jack. I wouldn't say sorry for it.
Yeah.
It's like Ian and Pandas, so
should be grovelling with an apology. But no, MaxJet TV Live asking if you have a favourite Boeing aircraft, and obviously 747. But if we don't say the 747, do you have another one?
So 757s.
Good man, I like you already.
But Boeing 737 Max 8 200s. Haven't seen any of the other two Max variants, so the 10 or the.
What about 777?
I love the 777.
777. Yeah. I'll always be a very fond fan of the GE90 sound.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
It's one of those noises that you could just listen to forever.
Just on Boeing, did you manage to get the 76 when it came in a few weeks
cargo
back
jet?
now?
Yes, yeah, the cargo jet, that was insane to see. Except for the takeoff, which I was kind of you said about disappointments. I went down the terminal just to get taxiing past me. So I was in my car. I was sitting there, and it was starting to come towards me. So I was like, "You've got to be joking!" I thought it was going 26. So that's why I stayed there. But obviously decided to go right down the other end to 08 and take off there. So
we've all been there.
Oh, we have. Yeah, we have. I did it with Alison when she messaged me about. I think she was mentioning about flying out of Heathrow in the 330, and Steve will know about this because I mentioned it last time that I went to Heathrow about finding out about the Arthur Jacobs Nature Reserve.
Yeah.
So I asked him about that, and I went out there, did the drive, did the walk, and then she messaged me from the cockpit saying that she was going to be late. And I was like, I'm missing out on all these places. And then as I was walking back to the car, I was remembering in my head, I was like, on flight radar, I remembered there was an Icelandair 757-300 coming in. And I've never run so fast in my life to my car and driven so fast back to Myrtle Avenue to catch that 757. I think it was like the third plane in after I got back there. So,
nicely done.
Yeah, quite lucky. But I did miss the Aer Lingus rugby livery, so I'm a little bit gutted. Which would have been nice on video. But hey-ho, never mind. Michael Painter is asking you, Jack, if you go to any airport in the world, money, no object, what would you choose?
Schiphol.
Good shout. Schiphol seems to be very popular, especially with Ken and I know us as well, because we're going on a little trip there. Before going to St. Martin, it's going to be a wonderful time. On a privately owned 737-700. But Schiphol, I think, is on a lot of people's list just purely because it's outside of the likes of Manchester and obviously in the UK. It's probably one of the best airports for spotting. I think we're being so close to and having no obstruction really for a lot of the viewing places like the Polder Barn and things like that. So
yeah, that would be awesome. Good shout, Jack.
Yeah, good shout indeed. Good shout indeed. Right, do a little thing here that I've sort of popped into my. We were talking about it earlier. And we were talking about aircraft models, and I kind of want to do a little thing about showing a model at the end, like towards the end of each interview sort of thing.
Yeah.
So I advise you now, everybody, pick a model of any kind. It could be whatever you like. That's either in front of you, to the side of you. Steve, I mean aircraft models.
It's going to involve getting up
I
now.
know
Hang
exactly what you're thinking. Grab a model each. Steve's gone to get his. Jack's got his. Ian, have you got a model?
I've got a few around me. I'm just give us a sec.
There you go. Everyone's disappearing. I'll tell you what. While they all disappear off screen, just do me and Jack here. We'll just go through some. Oh, Steve's back. Steve's got his. Don't show it yet. We'll go through some things here. Gail Leary says, "Wow, excellent pictures, Jack. The stunning."
Thank you very much indeed.
Samuel Taylor Ackroyd on the 747 picture said that that's freaking awesome. Michael
Wow, that's a compliment.
An actual compliment this time, I know. Screenshot that, or even better, clip it. Michael Painter says, great catch, Jack. An 8 out of 10 for the livery and 10 out of 10 for being a 727. Let's have a look here. MaxJet TV Live will get this question out there. Have you been to London to watch the Queen's fly past near London Victoria? Did anybody see the fly past? Because I certainly didn't.
I watched it on TV.
Yeah, I watched it on telly. That was awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah, I can't remember what I was watching, but I know at that time of the morning I was probably drunk anyway. Sarah Pass agreeing that Schiphol is awesome. Of course, been there with Visions International, so definitely got the experience to say so. Ian's now back with his model of choice. All right, let's quickly run through just a little something at the end here. I know if anyone's got a favourite model aircraft of theirs, do let us know in the chat. Obviously, we won't get you to show it, but yeah, just let us know what your favourite model that you own is in the comments. Right, Jack, as you're the guest, you can tell us about your favourite model that you've got.
So the model that I have got is the 747 Land or Aviation.
Beautiful.
Very nice.
Company and scale, please.
So the company is Gemini Jets.
Lovely.
And it's a 1:400 scale.
1:400 scale. Wonderful. Quality.
Quality is really, really good. Metal really heavy as well.
Awesome. Does it look exactly like a 747 should?
Yes. Yes,
the reason I asked that is because I've got a Phoenix 747, which is the 944 tanker. And I bought it and I hate it because the mold is horrific. But yeah, it's just the wings are pointing down. So they're not like pointing as they would do. They're pointing down. So it just looks off. It just looks horrible. Yeah, it just looks horrible. How long ago did you get that?
So I got that about a year ago.
A year ago, lovely.
Parents bought it, yes.
Awesome. Main question: do you have any more aircraft in the Land or livery, or is it something you're after?
That's something that I am after.
Awesome. We can say hello to Rob Brown Plain Spot, and he says, late to the party, troops, but a big hello from the north.
Evening, mate.
Right,
Rob. The Northerners.
Yes.
Oh, he's a Scot,
he's a Scot.
Jack.
Yeah. He's a Scot.
Yeah.
Bless him. Awesome. All right, Jack, nice one for showing that one. Let's go, because he had to go off and get it. Steve, what model have you picked for us this evening?
Oh, yeah, well, like I said last week, I don't collect models as such. I only buy what I've flown on. So my latest model is Pigeon of the Skies.
Hey, there it is. Right, now I'm going to pose the questions to you now, Steve. Company and scale, please.
I think they're called Herpa or someone. I only buy cheap stuff because
Herpa wings.
I don't know, 1-200. Pure guess.
1-200.
Don't know.
Yeah, 1-200.
It's made of plastic, but it does fit together nicely. It's quite sturdy, and it's only ever going to sit on my window ledge gathering dust. So yeah, it's a little Ryanair. So if anyone knows where I can get, it's plasticky, but it feels all right. To be fair, I don't think it's breakable.
And do you think that it looks like a 737-800 should?
Absolutely spot on. Apart from this bit here, I've never seen that on a 737.
Get out of it. Put it down now. You've had enough. Right. Ian, a little task for you if you'd like to introduce yours in a jock accent. which is a Scottish accent. For Rob Brown, please.
Yeah, well, well, today for you lot now, guys, I've got for you now. I've got a little a British. Start again. British Aerospace Harrier GR9.
Lovely.
Wicked.
So,
All right. Same
Yeah.
questions to you, Ian. Company and scale, please.
It's probably. I don't know whether it's. See, I've made it myself. It's not one I've bought from a shop or anything like that. So it's either a Revell. It probably is a Revell one because I don't generally do Airfix models because I'm not a big fan of them. So, yeah.
Quality.
Yep, not bad.
That's exactly what it says on the box.
Yeah. I mean, the quality's decent. The build quality, because they're I find we building model aircraft, they tend to be a little bit on the fragile side because you tend to be a bit sparse with the glue on the bits and pieces. Now, my cat's destructive. So unfortunately, it's got one wheel missing at the front there, and it's got one of the little I don't know, jockey wheels or whatever you want to call them at the side under the wing missing as well, and that's just due to a destructive cat. So,
okay,
it's one of my faves.
Does it look like a Harrier should?
Yeah, of course it does. Yeah, I mean, it would have been a bad kit if it never, wouldn't it?
You never know. You never know with certain things. They tend to look dreadful sometimes.
Yeah.
But, and a question I forgot to ask everybody, but I'll go back around the room. Would you recommend buying it?
I would definitely recommend buying one of these just because it looks absolutely fantastic when it's been freshly done. I have got a bigger model of the same plane as well, just because I'm a massive fan of Harriers. One of my memories from last, I would say, 10 to 15 years was when the GR9 was at Wharton being refitted. I think they were doing something with the night vision, putting night vision radar in or something, doing something with that anyway. So they had a load of them, and then they used to sort of fly them out in, hovering out sort of thing.
Jim Gemmell will love this, by the way.
Yeah, they used to have them. They used to have them flying out, and then months later, like Visions is just saying, they got withdrawn. They took them out of service, which is absolutely bizarre. Which is pretty much what they did with Tornadoes, isn't it? They got them all upgraded, made them the best fighting machines that they possibly could, and then said, right, we'll scrap them now, which is bizarre because, like I said, they still fly them. And I mean, I'm not 100% certain whether the Air Force still use. I think the Marines still have Harriers. I'm not quite certain, but I'm sure somebody will know. I think Ryan Beaumont will know. So
I think Spanish use them as well, but they're under a different name.
That's a good point, yeah. But they still use them now, don't they? Spanish. Yeah, because they're showing them at the air shows, aren't they? Of course they are. Yeah.
All right. My one for tonight is one of my newest buys. Not quite as new, but it's still my newest buys. It's the Honeywell 757. I don't know how well you can see that. Let me turn the lighting down. Nope. There we go. So, Honeywell 757 with engine on top. This is from NG Models. It's 1/400 scale. The quality of it is epic, like really good. I love a good. So if I put the zoom on the plane itself, there we go. The quality of it is fantastic. I was lucky to see this at Stansted last year. One of the oldest 757s flying around now at the age of 40. And it comes with, like I said, it comes with a little engine on top there, which is really a nice little touch on top there. NG Models make the most incredible models, I think. And is it worth getting like 100%? Does it look like what the 757 does? Absolutely. Like NG Models are one of those companies that, they pay really good attention to what the consumer wants. Like, for example, this is a 737. It looks exactly like it should do. It's not overbearing with like wing flex, like the Gemini Jets version. So for me, 100%, like worth buying. I think I bought it for like 40 quid. I think so. It's definitely worth its price, which is really, really good if you ask me. Right, more model talk next week when we're joined by our very special guest, but we'll get onto that very, very shortly. However, no, it was not free with a packet of Frosties. Oh dear, it was not. No, it was not.
Yeah.
So, Steve and Ian, next week you have your homework of finding a model to talk about next week.
Ian, that's not me, Nicola Sturgeon.
Yeah, no. Ian, you haven't got that picture up this week, no? Just in case we.
What have you got up there, Ian?
Yeah, what is that?
What does it look like?
Is that a roll of some sausage roll?
It's my little tribute to Jack.
Good God.
Beautiful.
I dread to think what next week will be. Honestly.
No, well, it's yeah. There you go. It was an advert from Just Eat and Greg's. So
brilliant.
There you go.
There
It's
you
one
go.
I keep stuck to my fridge just because you never know.
You never know. Ian, just for Rob Brown, chutney choice this week, please.
Oh, well, I've been looking in Asda at their specially selected chutneys this week, Rob. And I'm quite tempted by the caramelized red onion. It seems like a good choice. But I've not been eating the right kind of food what demands chutney, to be quite honest. I need a new selection of crackers, I think, before I can start indulging back in chutney again. So I think that'll do for chutney talk this week.
That'll do for chutney channel talk. Lovely job. Wonderful. Awesome. Right. Okay. So we are going to begin to wrap the show up this evening. I can't believe how quickly it has gone already. But Jack, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you so much for everything.
Yes, I know, Jack, you are our number one fan, so if you'd like to leave a super chat on your way out, that'd be great. Rob Brown playing spot in Ian says, Sweetheart Strawberry is always a good shout.
Oh, I think we've had... yeah. I mean, I can re-Google it and I can give you a recipe.
Re-Google it and get the recipe. Yeah. Or we're not allowed to do that because we might get having too much fun.
Yeah, we got time for that.
Yeah, let's not do a cooking segment again.
Yeah, let's not have too much fun and get told off for it.
Us Northerners got to stick together.
All right.
That's it. All right, Northerners got to stick together. Wonderful. So we are going to jump on to some shout-outs now. And if anybody's got any shout-outs in the comments, do put them in there, and we will show them on the screen. So, Jack, if you'd like to do some shout-outs
Right, no.
to whoever you may choose.
Right. Shout goes to an absolute legend who added me on Instagram. He calls us our British cousins, but Matt Cochran, you're an absolute legend.
He's funny.
Shout out to you three. You guys are just incredible. Danielle Clark, Tony, which is my brother. Big shout out to my dad. I love you so much. Shout out to all the viewers today, and a massive shout out goes to Visions Aviation for putting this podcast out on its YouTube channel plus Facebook, and just everyone for being awesome. You're just great people.
Wonderful. Awesome
And
stuff.
to the Northern Fogey.
Northern Fogies. That would go down well.
I'm not biting at all, Jack, am I?
No, not at all. But you are now, because over to
I'm
you.
behaving myself.
Over to you, Ian. And last time I did this, I knocked the camera, so I'm not going to touch it.
Over to me.
Over to you for shout outs. I'm not touching anything because last time that happened, the went wrong. So if you'd like to kind of, if you'd like to,
I'm just sorry. I'm doing about a million things here at the same time. Yeah, so I'll tell you what, let's get rid of that. I was Googling a chutney recipe, but I'm not going to bother with it. Yeah, massive shout out to you, Jack, for tonight. It's always nice to chat to. You're texting people all the time, and it's nice to actually have the face to face to chat with you, just to ask the questions what you don't really ask when you're typing text messages and stuff like that. So, yeah, big shout out to you, Jack. Big shout out to you too as well for showing willing. A massive shout out to everyone who's been in the chat tonight, who's been asking the questions and who are constantly supporting us as well, which is always fantastic. And it's nice that the support, it's growing. So that's absolutely fantastic. So yeah, just a massive shout out to everybody and anybody. All right, my lovelies. You, Jack.
Get in. What I will say is just very quickly, I forgot to mention at the beginning as well, we have a very, very, very special announcement for who we have on next week. So do not go anywhere because you're going to kind of want to see who we've got next week. But yeah, right, over to you, Steve, for your shouts.
Tom, Ian, Jack, pleasure as always. It's always nice to come on. Gail, who's been doing our moderating tonight, thank you for being there. Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there, and a particular shout out to those whose fathers are only with us in spirit these days. Like, it's a difficult day for you, and we appreciate that it's not an easy day. So yeah, and I'll leave it on a sensible note this week.
Oh, that's it. Right. Okay. Good stuff. Good stuff. That's my fault. I'll do some very quick shout outs, of course. First one to Jack, of course, for being one of the loyal supporters of the channel. Super chats and just literally watching week in, week out. So we appreciate it. And of course, enjoy having you on the show as well. Shout out to Ian and Steve. Of course, wonderful job as always. Being a terrific sort of co-host and contributor / you may as well be a co-host now, Ian, as well. So seeing as you're on the show more than you're not like in the background. So, but yeah, big shout out to you guys. Shout out to everybody watching. Gail for doing a wonderful job again with the admin moderator work. Don't know where that went. Moderator work. Same with Samuel Taylor Ackroyd. Whatever Ian's got there.
I'm just seeing what I'd look like sat in an egg cup.
I'm gonna have to make another one now, and I have to make another one for the next week. Yes. So Gail and Samuel Taylor Ackroyd for their moderator work this week. Well done to you guys. Visions International, of course, Ken and Sarah and the team behind that for allowing us to chuck this weirdly wonderful podcast out on your channels as well. Everybody supporting us on Facebook and YouTube as well. If you're not subscribed to us, please do subscribe and get us to 1,200 subs. That'd be amazing. And yeah, frontline workers, etc., who deserve a lot of love for everything they do, even if the time probably isn't needed for it right now, but they still are worth mentioning. So who do we have next week? Well, I'm not going to tell you, but instead I'm going to show you. But it's going to be very exciting. We're very much looking forward to it. In fact, you know what? I'll let him tell you.
Hey guys, Noel Phillips here. Really looking forward to joining you on the Departure Lounge podcast next Sunday. So yeah, tune in and make sure you don't miss it. See you then.
Noel Phillips is with us next week, which we're looking forward to. We're very much looking forward to this. It's going to be a lot of fun. Thank you to Noel, by the way, for producing that at very short notice for me to put together for this show. So yeah, much appreciated. So he'll be joining us next week. Very much looking forward to it. And he's going to be full of stories, full of lots of things. So if you've got any questions for Noel next week, do think about them and save them for next week. And of course, leave a like on this stream as well if you want to. Right. So with that out of the way, for those that joined late and are wondering why we keep mentioning about things, I'm just going to play it one more time, what we played at the beginning of the show, and then we'll say our goodbyes, just because everyone loves it and everyone found it absolutely hilarious.
Really nice, but yeah, lovely job. Just have a good week, everyone, and thanks for watching again.
Thank you. All right, Ian, over to you.
Yeah. I'd just say massive thanks to everyone who's joined in the chat tonight, expressing their opinions and things like that. Always good to see what other people have to say about what we're talking about. It's fantastic. Big up to you, Tom, Steve.
I made sure to get the camera falling over at the right time of the gong of the clock. So, so if anyone's wondering why I was doing this earlier when Ian was doing the shout outs, that'll be why, because that's when it happened. But yes, anyway, let's leave this evening alone, and then we'll look forward to next one where we have Noel Phillips with us next week. So let's say our goodbyes. Ian, we'll go with you first.
Yeah. So thanks everybody for watching tonight. Sorry, I was just reading that recipe again. It wasn't really much top. It was
Ruin that recipe.
It was a chocolate cherry almond chutney. It sounded really, really nice. But when I started reading about it, it's not something I'd have to be quite honest. But anyway, but thanks for everyone for tuning in tonight, and we'll see you all again next week. So cheerio, goodbye.
Lovely job. Lovely job. Rob Brown playing spot in there saying definitely the blooper reel. That's definitely going in there. 100%. Thanks to Jack, who actually clipped that to begin with. So that made me want to do that. And Jim Gemmell going almost as good as Ken timing me out on my first night as a moderator. What did you do? Anyway, right, Jack, if you'd like to say goodbye to the people that are still watching.
Right. Thank you all for watching. And just to say, this is for Steve. All right. Cheerio, my lovelies. Goodbye now.
Actually, wait a second. Don't go anywhere because I think you can advertise yourself if you like with your Instagram. I know that's your Instagram there. If you like, just very quickly promote yourself.
Right. So my Instagram is JR Aviation Photography. There should be a lot more to come soon. Especially like with the photos that I'm getting now. So thank you very much.
Go follow him on Instagram. He's well worth the follow. Photos are fantastic, as you've seen this evening. So if you want to see more, go follow him on there. Jack, we will see you shortly. All right, Steve, in the most Steve way possible, if you would like to say your goodbyes to those still watching.
Yeah, just to echo what he's just said. Thanks for watching us tonight. We do appreciate it. And all right, cheerio, my lovelies. Stay safe, stay sexy, buy your merch because it's limited edition. And until next time, take care. All right, cheerio now.
Awesome. Off he goes. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching tonight and making this show very enjoyable for us on a Sunday before we obviously go into the working week. Hopefully, everyone is looking forward to next week's show. I know I am. I know the guys are as well. But if you like what you see, do subscribe if you're new around here. And if you want to leave a like on the stream, please do so as well. But for now, we'll see you next Sunday, 7:30 p.m. for Noel Phillips. And have a fantastic week. Stay safe and take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.